Hello again, this is Dr. Stan Gross. I'm president and co-founder of Sano Global Nutrition. We're going to talk a little bit about a very serious topic right now, and that is about chronic, long-standing constipation and the health issues associated with it, and how our product, the plant-based cleanse, can help and in many cases reverse the process. Let's talk about that. We all suffer from occasional irregularity from time to time. It's not a big deal if it doesn't last. If it does, we'll have milder product that'll take care of it. But what if it lasts longer than that? You'll know by your discomfort meter when it becomes so bad, so unbearable, where you double over and you can't stand up and you haven't gone for days and days and days, and you're feeling weak, you're feeling tired, you're feeling toxic. Now it's time to get serious, okay? So if we're looking at referral pain patterns, and we're looking at the different areas of the body where pain can exist, normally we can look at that and say, well, if you're having flanking pain along the ribs, that could be gallbladder or into the shoulder. We can look down the left arm, we can say maybe that's heart, angina type pain, or if we're looking at central abdominal or down into the right, maybe it's appendix. The problem with chronic constipation is it can manifest these symptoms everywhere, literally everywhere, so it can be easily misdiagnosed because it's putting off the signals of affecting multiple organ systems. And in fact, as you'll see, it does. And the problem, of course, is with the medical history, because one of the few questions that might be asked or may not even be asked, depending on how you're entering, is when was your last bowel movement? When was the last time you went to the doctor and he or she asked you, when was your last bowel movement? It's really an important question. Recurrent and deep constipation, it can be extremely painful, extremely inflammatory, and it affects more than just the bowel. It affects more than just the colon or the intestines. It's pervasive. It prevents the absorption of water-soluble vitamins, so vitamin B, all the vitamin Bs, vitamin C. None of those are able to cross because there's an obstruction. It prevents the transfer of glucose. So not only are you low on blood sugar, but there's a chance that you're chronically low. It leads to autotoxicity, which means that the waste that's in there starts being resorbed back into the system. And there's all kinds of oxidative agents associated with that waste, including some bacteria, by the way, E. coli, not the least of which, gets circulated into the system. Eventually, development of intestinal cancers absolutely promotes increased incidence of colorectal cancer. Over time, yes. So it's nothing we need to ignore. It generally increases inflammation, it weakens the immune system, and increases autoimmune disease, things like arthritis, things like certain types of connective tissue disorders. All can be linked to sluggish bowel, and increases the risk for stroke and heart attack. And that's some recent studies that have come out of Johns Hopkins, in fact, to show that people that have chronic constipation have maybe 700-fold increased risk of coronary artery disease. And we can link that directly back to the inflammation, right? Our plant-based cleanse is more than just a laxative. It's actually a detoxifier as well as a cleanser. That's how it was developed. That was the idea behind it. If you're looking at a healthy colon versus an unhealthy, if you're looking at buildup of fecal material and chyme, as it's called, there's excess weight in the bowel. There's stories of different celebrities and so forth after they did the autopsy, taking out 20 to 30, sometimes 40 pounds of waste material at autopsy. When we back up, we back up. And when it becomes impacted, if it becomes impacted higher up in the area, it's a surgical case. If it becomes impacted at the colorectal area, they'll use their fingers or other instruments and go and break it up, and it's extremely uncomfortable. An unhealthy colon is a serious health condition, and it's nothing we should ignore. We should pay close attention to this. So diets that are rich in red meats or processed meats and that are low in foods that are rich in fiber, now you're looking at people that are going to have the problem. And unfortunately, there's some pretty popular diets out there that promote just that, don't they? Well, they're promoting an unhealthy situation. We have to have fiber, and we have to have healthy forms of carbohydrate. There's no getting around it. Without exception, everyone needs to include healthy, living food. I don't mean for you to become vegetarian. I don't mean for you to, become exclusive to vegetables, but my goodness, add as much of that into your diet as you possibly can. I look at this picture and my mouth waters because I just love all this healthy, rich food. And I can't wait for avocados to go on sale again, because if I could eat avocados every day, it'd be part of my diet. I love them. Plant-based cleanse is formulated to take 15 days. I don't want you to take it back to back to back to back unless under supervision. Please. This is a cleanse and a detoxification. If you're under constant detoxification, it's not necessarily a healthy thing. It was developed for adults only. I don't recommend this for children. If you do have a child that has, chronic and severe constipation for a long period of time, we need to work together with the pediatrician to bring that under control. But plant-based cleanse is strictly for adults, okay? And taken as directed, our plant-based cleanse is safe, effective, and resolves the issues of chronic constipation quickly and completely. Usually after the second or third day, people report that things are starting to move along, they're starting to feel better, and by the end of 15 days, the normal bowel rhythm has been restored. Now, the other thing that I tell them, okay, you've been cleared out, now we need to put good stuff in. You're not allowed to go back to the same dietary habits that got you into this problem to begin with. So we introduce quite a bit of foods that are rich in fiber, rich in enzymes, healthy, whole living food. I know you have questions. If you do, I'd love to address them. You can reach me at drstan@sanoglobalnutrition.com. And I look forward to talking directly with you about any health concerns you might have. You're going to see more and more of these, and I'm glad to share them with you. Talk with you soon. Bye-bye.